What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Russell Hant Show and the Russell Crown Players Performance and Russell Crown. I've been doing this so long, you figure I got that, at least that part right. So we're going to talk a little bit of Survivor. It is a beautiful day today. This is the second time I made it to this park. I'm in a park in a little town outside of Baytown, Texas called Mount Bellevue, Texas. It's beautiful. Wonderful day, just sitting here chilling. I like these days. I like to be able to talk players' performance on these days, and we'll get right to it. We'll start with Hai. I forgot my mic, so if you hear other stuff, it's my fault. But we're gonna go with it. We'll talk about Hai. Hai got voted out. He was playing a pretty solid game. I started seeing some emotion creep in there to where he was making poor decisions on voting, like voting out Mike. I think was a terrible decision. Roxroy. Voting out Roxroy, to me, was a terrible decision. Roxroy didn't want to vote him out. Roxroy wanted to play with him, literally. Instead of saying, hey, I'm not an alpha male, and how would he think I'd be in part of an all-boy alliance? Instead of that, just take it in that I'm going to use him, tell him I'm going to do that, and then when I'm ready to get rid of him, I'll get rid of him. But he got rid of him because of that, the all-guy alliance situation. So I started seeing his game fall apart. The longer, even though it's not 39 days, a lot easier season than other seasons. We finally get to see him shaking a little bit. They showing us, yes, it's still hard. 26, 27 days. I keep forgetting what the hell it is, but it's still hard. But 39 days of shaking, think about that for a second. Yeah, that's the difference. So now, we'll move on. Next, Jonathan. I think Jonathan is lacking on the strategic part of this game. I don't think that he even sees it coming. He is a beast in challenges. The balance challenges, he comes second. And that's all we're seeing now. We're seeing a bunch of balance challenges, which is crazy to me. When is a puzzle going to, find its way in there? Probably this next episode. But nonetheless, the balance challenges, a little bit of endurance with some balance, standing on a little platform. That's hard for someone with big old feet to do. These balance challenges are hard for a male to do in general, but he's coming second, consistently, and then he won one of them. So when it comes to his gameplay, I don't see him having that much of a strategic gameplay, but I could see him going on a run and winning challenges. I keep saying I want to see that puzzle challenge to see if he can actually, if he has it up here too. Because in the game of Survivor, when it comes strategic, he doesn't have it up here. And that's different. You could be a genius. You could be brilliant. Like Fishback. Brilliant outside the game. In Survivor, it's different. Next. Romeo. So Romeo, for some reason, switched to Hai. His game is very confusing as well. People say, Romeo this and that. If Romeo ends up by winning this game, I can't see it at this point. He's making bad moves. He's the only person that voted with Hai to vote Jonathan out that's still there. So Romeo doing that might come back to hurt him. Or, it's easy to get out. Jonathan, everybody's like, hey, he's going to win in challenges. But is he really? Why don't keep him as a shield? Get rid of him later. It's getting later. I know, I get it. But I don't think he is, he's a challenge beast when it comes to team challenges. Carrying stuff, bringing stuff somewhere, swimming, even throwing stuff. He's really good at that. But these individual challenges, it separates the field, guys, and that's what's so good about Survivor. And Romeo is, to me, He's starting to look like Hyde did before he left. He's starting to make some bad moves, and I can see Romeo going pretty soon. Like I say, I don't like when these type of players make it to the end. Like the final three, because when they do, it's like, why? How? It's because you try to get out all those threats first. Getting rid of Hyde was an amazing move. He's a strategic player. Get rid of Roxroy, dumb move. Not too much of a strategic player. And Hyde made that. I guarantee you, if Hyde didn't get rid of Roxroy, he'd still be in the game right now. And I said it when he did it. Huge mistake. Next, Lindsay. We finally see Lindsay winning a challenge. At the beginning of the player's performance, I was like, I'm expecting Lindsay to win. Unless she wins a couple, maybe 2, 3 in a row, or skip one, win another 2. Unless she starts doing that, she's a dud when it comes to challenges, individual challenges. Now, Lindsay and Tori, to me, were the ones that could beat Jonathan in the balance stuff. If Lindsay leaves, Jonathan is definitely going to make a run. And she's still there. So I think those two are going to be neck and neck if they keep going this route with balance stuff. Next, Mike. Now, Mike, let me see what's happening here. Mike, to me, is a horrible strategic player. Now, Mike's physical game, nothing. We don't see nothing, so that's bad. And now Mike's social game, Mike's like, my word is my bond. Come on, Mike. You just said your word is your bond the episode after you broke your word to Roxroy. What are you trying to tell us? I hate when we see people try to stick with, Coach did that a few times. People do that. Honor, integrity. This is how I'm going to play. It's my bond. It's my word. Is it really your word? You just stabbed Roxroy in the back. It's not your word. Your word is not your bond. Not in the game of Survivor. Maybe outside the game. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know the guy personally. I've been a fan of his this whole entire time. But your word is not your bond in Survivor. I hate when Survivors do that. Because it's never the case. You're always going to stab somebody in the back. So when you say that to the camera, then the next episode, you stab somebody in the back. But he didn't do it that way. He stabbed somebody in the back. And then the next episode said, my word is my bond. Nope, it's not. He's not a good player. He's a likable character. When it comes to strategic play, physical play, and now social play, I mean, is Roxroy going to vote for him if he makes it to the end? His word is his bond. Is he going to sit up there at Tribal Council and say, I was honest and integrity this entire game? And Roxroy thinking that, what? Wait, what? Really? And I see him stabbing other people in the back. Just like he was going to stab Hyde in the back. Yeah, Hyde went against him, but your word is your bond, man. Your bond doesn't change if somebody wants to stab you in the back, right? It's just a dumb statement. Never say that if you play Survivor. Never say your word is your bond, because you're just going to look stupid at the end of the day like Mike does. Next, Drea. Now, I mean, I really want to go in more in depth with this, but I'm not, because I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing it. But I'm gonna say a few things. As soon as Drea gets back from Tribal, she immediately says, "That was emotional, but it's game time." But this is Survivor, something like that. It was emotional, but it's time to play Survivor. Was she or was she not playing Survivor when she did all that? I would respect her more if she said, yes, I was using that card that everybody talks about. I would respect her more. But when I see it change, and all of a sudden we vote out a person of color, instead of Jonathan, And it looks like that things are changing. What makes me think, it puts it on a scale to where, like, I'm starting to lean more to where I think that she did use the race card. I think she did. So, if you did, tell us you did. And then I'll respect that. Now it's time to play the game, she says. So, none of that matters anymore. There's no more white-black, right? Or whatever we talk about for the last 2 seasons. Good. Let's go forward. Next. Marianne. Now, Marianne, Drea finds an idol looking around, just walking, looking for bushes and shrubbery and trees, old wood to bring to the camp. She finds an idol. Marianne, same thing. Get it together, Survivor. Let's do this, right? Come on, guys. What I think is happening is they're so bad at looking for idols. I know I made it look easy. I'm sorry for that. But now it looks very, 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 very easy. They just put it on the edge. All you gotta look for a V tree, right? Just look everywhere, and it'd just be sitting there somewhere. Just sitting right there on the edge of a tree. I think they do that when they're ready to move forward with the game because nobody can find it. We're not seeing editing of people, everybody looking for it, because they are. We're just seeing nobody can find it. Well, let's take it out from this position and put it somewhere else. I hate to think that that's the case, but I think that's the case. I think now it comes to a point to where we got to move the game forward, guys. Somebody's got to find it. Put it in that tree on the trail. And don't put it... Wait, let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait till Drea walks down the trail, then we'll put it there. Is that what's happening? I hope not. I hope not. But who knows? They know. Next. Omar. Wait, did I want to say something else about Marianne? Yes, I did. Let's go back to Marianne. She's so... I mean, watching her and seeing her fake shake. That's a fake shake. You don't shake like that. It's a fake shake. Yes, you shake. But that's a fake shake. She likes to use her emotions to get further in the game. If it works for her, then that's a good strategy. But that's what she's doing there. Nobody shakes that much unless you're having a seizure. Apologize to the people that have seizures. Don't like her. Next. Omar. Omar, man. The reason Omar's last, and I'm not always going to put him last. Omar wins the Russell Crown. Because some of you say, oh, of course he did. Of course he did. Let me tell you a bad move that he made. I wanted to get more in depth with this because as I'm watching, I remember somebody told me, I think it was maybe, who was it? Amanda in an interview, either Amanda or Jerry said, yes, he's a great player, but he goes too far. He goes too far. He does things he doesn't have to do. Or somebody said that. Maybe you can comment below. Somebody told me at Tribal, you're going too far. You're doing things that's not necessary. So what Omar does is he goes to Mike and he tells him that Mike told him that he's just a puppet. He didn't have to say that, right? All he had to say was, Hai is controlling you, and now this is happening. Because Mike already knew that. He was saying that to Omar. But Omar steps it to another level and says, he's a puppet. Now, that he's telling me that you're his puppet. Now, you can't tell me that he could have went another route, another social route, and say, yes, he's controlling the situation. You didn't have to say, he told me. You could have just said, he's acting like you're a puppet to him. And it's amazing how I'm learning so much watching these shows. Boy, if I ever play again. Boy. So I get it now. I mean, I've been getting it, but this is a good example of it. Because what happens now, hey, great move. Omar wins the Russell Crown. Omar is doing a great job. And he's putting himself in a position to be a big-time villain. Like, we're seeing it by the camera. He's like, oh, Mr. Mike, guess what's happening, Mr. Mike? I'm going to do this. You know, he's talking to us behind the camera, and he's cementing himself as a villain. Now he's going the extra mile to be a villain to the camera. This is all show, guys. All show. He did that so he can have a bigger moment on TV, which is fine. I did that constantly. But that's a problem when they both, let's say Hi and Mike, are sitting in Ponderosa, and then Mike says, he told me that you said they're drinking their Corona beer. Say that, make sure I say that, because I don't want to get, demonetized for saying that word. It's a beer I'm talking, a beer. So they're drinking a beer together, and he says, he told me that you said that I was your puppet. And he's like, I didn't say that. Are you serious? Why would I lie about it now? I didn't say that. He's lied to you, man. He's a snake. That's how it snorts. That's how it starts. And then, introducing the bitter jury. Is it a bitter jury? Is it just because you do too much? We'll see. It's be very interesting if both of them go to Ponderosa, because that's going to happen. Now, he's playing an amazing game, but he's going the extra mile. He wins the Russell Crown. Congratulations, Omar, again. But I know you see my point now, because I know all you guys watch this. I know, why wouldn't you? That's all I got for you from the beautiful pond filled with bass and catfish. Catch and release. I just read the sign. That's all I got for you. Until next time, keep hope alive.